In this quick video, I will show you some of the drawing options we have in Concepts to make control of our lines. For example, how to draw perfect horizontal and vertical lines, how to connect lines, etc. So, tool of choice right now for this demonstration is the wire tool. And then we have smoothing turned on to 100%, or actually straightening, because this creates perfect straight lines. When I draw these lines, I'm very free actually to positioning them. It's actually quite nice. And I can define the starting point and I can define the end point. I find this actually super empowering. It's kind of like you have a built-in ruler at the same time. So that's actually really important to understand. So now let's say I would like to draw a rectangle where the endpoints perfectly meet. There's an option for that. Let's go to snap. And then here we say autocomplete and snap to key points. So what does this mean? So here's my line. Okay. Now I go to the start point and it will snap right to it. Go close to the start point, and when I start drawing, it will start drawing actually from that endpoint. Go to here, and now I get close and release, and you saw that it snapped right to it. Clock. Look at that. It's so easy. So this way you really know that actually your lines perfectly are closed. Instead of zooming in and zooming out, this feature does it for me. Okay, good. Now, next exercise. Whoops, wrong tool. I would like to be able to draw horizontal and vertical lines, again, without using a ruler. How can we do this? Well, that's the reason why we have the grid. We can go to turn on grid. We have various options here, isometry and even perspective grids. Let's go to graph paper, edit 1 inch bigger area, 10 inches to subdivision. Very good. Then let's go to snapping. Here I turn everything off what we don't need right now, so you know what I'm focusing on. And let's go to snap to grid. Okay, there we are. Beautiful. So all the lines are actually right on the grid. I also have the ability to do align to grid, not snap on grid. So what does that mean? Here, let me zoom in a little bit more, and you see now with this, I can very easily just draw vertical lines, but they do not snap right onto the grid. But they go either horizontal or vertical or 45 degree. Pretty cool. Yeah. So that's the difference between these two options. Onto the grid or align to the grid. Then we also have the ability to do turns. That's quite useful. So, zoop, 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 zoop. There. Just one drawing. So I don't need different rulers. I just use the grid. Perfect. Okay. Key points. Well, this is basically now when we start drawing, we can snap also to something. We can snap also to the grid while we are drawing. Active layer, what this also means for drawing and snapping. Currently, I have one layer I'm drawing on. If there are other elements on different layers, I can snap to those objects on the different layers. But most times I have this actually turned off, so I can snap more freely. Or if I only want to snap something on this layer, then you turn this on. Okay, good. So let me maybe quickly give you a demo what this means. I will remove all these layers here. There we are. And here, now I will create this. So as you can see, that's on this layer. And I will make a new layer. Only here, only there. And I will actually turn align to grid off. And there you see, nothing really happens. When now I say autocomplete, there, see? chunk, chunk. Yeah, okay. And when I now turn this off, there you see now it actually snapped to the thing on the other layer. Okay, very good. Let's remove all those. There we are. And then we also have guides there. So with 2 fingers, by the way, you want to have rotate or scale on and off. With 2 fingers now I can rotate and scale this line. So this is kind of like a ruler. I can also with a pencil click and hold and then drag this around. Okay. Now if I turn rotate off, I can't rotate it. If I turn scale off, I can't scale it. Oh, logical. If I go to options and I have key points on, I can then snap, as you see, to elements here. So I can then perfectly draw a line between them. Very nice. Now we know also, I can also, well, with the autocomplete function, for example, turned on, snap to grid there, just do it this way, zack. And here, zack. No? Each method is fine, it's just also up to you which way you want to work. Drawing lines is actually very easy. Sometimes, quite honestly, the line tool I don't necessarily really use that much. But, for example, we have an arc tool. So here I have an arc. I can put this one to there, this one I can put to there, and I can stretch this. I can make the arc smaller or bigger. So this is the scale, and then this basically defines the size of the ellipse. We also then have an angle. If we want to draw an angle, chock. Ellipse. That's actually quite fun. So press and hold. Double tap onto the piece at the center, resets it. And here, instead of resetting, it limits actually this line. So I can only draw really along this length, not over it, by the way. Okay. Yeah, we have a rectangle. Well, it's pretty much understandable. Then we also have these numbers there. So maybe we have also here this measurement. So if I tap, hold on, tap and hold, maybe with a finger. This is the part that's a little bit more tricky in this application. Yeah, it was with a finger press and hold. There, now I can set up this correctly. There, zip, zip. Okay. And this is also the same for the line tool. So if I have measurement turned on, I can click on it and then draw this number, write this number in, and then draw the line. But now be careful that here I draw this as long, or I double tap. So I only have a guideline that is that long. Zack, there we are. Okay, with the ellipse, that's basically a radius or null radius for minor major axis. Okay. Yeah, I think this pretty much sums everything up about the grid snapping and guidelines. I touched upon the measurement element too while drawing. That means this is actually a good moment to also talk about one more time the measurement system. So I will draw myself here a line, 3 inches, very nice, there we are, and make a copy. Now I would like to make a 3-inch long line. Well, sorry, 6-inch long line with finger onto that number, 6, enter, there we are. Go to here, maybe this should be 2.5. Very nice. So then you see, then you can use guidelines to create precise lines, and then later, because we use the measurement tool, without measurement turned on, you don't see the dimension, but then with this we can measure and adjust lines actually. Okay, that's it.